Ag Life, presented by ADM Lloydminster.
Hello again and welcome to our agriculture show, Ag Life. I'm Gerard Lampow. On the menu, Grown with Purpose plus FarmLink. And we have an update from Alberta Canola as they deliver their annual report to stakeholders. But first, you may call it a hoodie, call it a bunny hug. Well, I meet a Marwayne producer who's putting a practical spin on a furry fashion statement.
The game of Monopoly may have tossed the thimble, but the art of sewing is not lost on this farming fix that has come of age.
Yeah, sewing quite a bit. Sewed lots. First married, and then when I had my boys, been doing quite a bit of sewing. We got making these hoods, and I did a bunch of dog toys for a few years. And
Janice Saville ranches with her family near Marwayne. What started off years ago as a necessity on her family farm has become a welcomed adaptation.
I played around with it, and we found something that worked for our calves, and used them for a few years there. And then I decided it was time to start selling them. So my mom's maiden name, my granny's last name is Mouley, M-O-U-L-Y. And so I named them Mouley hoods. And
since the cold weather rolled in, demand for her Mouley calf hoodies has shot up. While Saville has her vet assistant studies under her belt, she's been playing catch-up with orders for calf hoodies as producers seek to keep their little guys warm.
Went on Facebook and put an ad on Facebook end of January, and we had 35,000 hits in 2 weeks. So
Saville's Mouley hood has become an internet sensation. Her family has been pitching in as they try to meet the hot demand. Calves with frostbitten ears may not fetch the best prices at sales in the fall.
I've been staying up till 3 in the morning a lot of nights just doing it just to get orders done, to get everybody, because lots of people are phoning and they're calving already and they want them now.
And so the lost art of sewing is alive and well on the family farm.
I think they still teach it in Marwayne School. They still have home ec.
So there you go, one Marwayne producer pretty busy there on the sewing machine. Well, it's time to roll our events calendar. If you want to get in on this part of the show, just email me, glampow@newcap.ca. Let's have a look. And still to come, Grown with Purpose. The local co-op is on board with a new sustainability effort. Do stay with us.
This segment of Ag Life is brought to you by Webb's Machinery. Webb's Machinery, your New Holland dealer in Vermilion, Vegreville, and Lamont.
Welcome back. Consumers want to know that farming practices are sustainable and safe for the environment. Well, the local co-op is on board with a new program to demonstrate sustainability.
Consumers continue to ask about how their food is grown. They want to know that it's grown in a sustainable way with respect for the environment.
It's really a sustainability platform, and using an online assessment tool, we work with farmers, or we will be working with farmers in the future to see where they are as far as their farm management practices and in particular nutrient management, to make sure that we're doing the right things on the farm to be sustainable.
Federated Cooperatives Limited across Western Canada are rolling out a new program to quantify the sustainability effort, especially nutrient stewardship and fertilizer usage.
Co-op's in a pretty unique position where we are truly a farm-to-plate organization. We have agro centers where we work with farmers in growing crops, and then we also have co-op grocery stores across Western Canada that sell to consumers.
Producers can easily sign up for Grown with Purpose.
You can get in touch with your local co-op agro center and talk to one of our grow team agronomists on staff, and they all have access to the tool and can sit down with our producers, even at their farms if need be, and go through the online assessment tool and see where they stand as far as for our nutrient practices and how they're going about things on the farm.
And for our nutrient stewardship simply stands for the right source, rate, time, and placement of fertilizer.
Producers do a tremendous job, but it's become important to prove this to consumers that farming is sustainable.
I can, proudly say that most of our growers in East Central Alberta are rock stars at this already. I think they're doing a great job as far as their nutrient practices and how they go about things as far as crop rotations and doing the right things on the farms.
As consumers have become more disconnected from the farm, Grown with Purpose sees Federated Cooperatives Limited partnering with Fertilizer Canada to bridge the gap and demonstrate sustainability.
Generally speaking, with Fertilizer Canada, they're hoping to have about 20 million acres of 4R certified crops that we can share, by 2020, I believe was the date. So, really what we want to do at the end of the day is just share that good news story about producers and how they're going about farming and managing their nutrients on farm.
With Canada's new food guide coming down, it's even more important for ag producers to ensure that their message reaches consumers. Well, I get some perspective from a former journalist.
Maybe wouldn't have thought of it, but it was the
Loree is still using her communication skills. The former journalist who started at CKSA about 20 years ago was one of the speakers at the Rural Women Conference in Vermilion.
Networking has been such a huge component of my life, and so I wanted to talk to rural women about, sort of alleviating some of the anxieties that come with walking into a room by yourself, giving some tips and tricks on how to, successfully work around a room and meet people that, either improve the quality of your life or, certainly help to advance your career or your business.
Loree, who runs a photography business in Calgary, says ask questions as everyone has a story.
When you're networking and when you're talking to people in, a casual or a business environment, I find that you actually get more out of a conversation when you are the question asker. I think everybody loves to tell their story and share their story, but when you're the person that coaxes that out of somebody or asks them that story, all of a sudden they think of you as, somebody pretty special.
Loree says when someone can listen to your story and pay attention to what you have to say, that makes anybody feel special. Telling the story is critical to ag producers tackling questions such as sustainability and the environment.
In terms of reaching, people that are consumers, especially in big centers like Toronto or Quebec or Vancouver, our industry doesn't resonate with them. They live in high rises. They don't care where their beef comes from. And I think that agriculture itself needs to tailor their vehicles of getting that information out to consumers, getting that information out to millennials in particular, and starting in that Generation Z, which is 21 years of age and under.
That comment is even more relevant for the beef sector given the new food guidelines which have come down.
We were supportive with the visual plate model that we've seen. At the top right-hand corner, we see beef on the plate in the same category as it was before.
Still, to get 26 grams of protein from a plant-based source, you would still be eating and eating and eating compared to one serving of beef. Loree sees social media influencers as one way to get the message out.
Agriculture is certainly getting better that way in terms of telling our story as an industry, and I think rural women in particular are great ones to share that.
And when we come back, Alberta Canola has its annual report for producers. Do stay with us. Welcome back. Well, this next segment comes to us from Alberta Canola. It's got some important information for producers as Alberta Canola delivers their annual report. Let's have a look.
Hello, I'm Ren Breakrews. I farm northwest of Edmonton at Onaway, and I am the chair of Alberta Canola. Alberta Canola serves farmers by funding research and extension, promoting canola, engaging with consumers, and advocating on behalf of farmers. It is governed by a board of 12 farmers who are elected to direct the activities and programs of the organization. Alberta Canola is a core funder of the Canola Council of Canada and a member of the Canadian Canola Growers Association, two national organizations that provide a variety of programs and services for our canola growers. Everything we do at Alberta Canola is to help make you more profitable. I hope you will enjoy learning about our activities and take pride in being part of what we do for you.
I'm Dale Uglum. I farm in central Alberta near Balf, and I am the chair of Grower Relations and Extension Committee. Alberta Canola is committed to providing growers with access to information and resources they need in today's fast-changing world. To do this, we host a variety of events and learning opportunities each year. Every November, all 12 of Alberta Canola directors host a one-day Powering Your Profits event that feature experts on popular topics like canola agronomy, marketing, and farm business management. Other signature events include Hedging Edge, a commodity marketing workshop, Leading Edge, a farm management conference, Canolab, a canola agronomy and diagnostic event, Science-orama, a research update, and Canola Palooza, which is the agronomy event of the summer, where there is an expert answer to every canola question you have. Alberta Canola is proud to co-host FarmTech, Canada's premier crop production and farm management conference, which is the ideal place to hold our annual general meeting. We also host Canola Leaders, an intensive two-day program for young farmers from across Alberta that equips them with the valuable skills they can bring back to their local communities. Throughout the year, we support many national, provincial, and local agricultural organizations that are working to help canola growers be successful, as well as providing support for a 4th Canola Council of Canada agronomy specialist in Alberta, Farm Management Canada, Sprayers 101, Applied Research Associations, and the Be Grain Safe program, just to name a few. We collaborate with other canola organizations on the Canola Digest magazine and Real Agricultural's Canola School, so the information is available to growers in as many ways as possible. AlbertaCanola.com is the hub for all our information and events. Our Canola Connections e-newsletter, along with our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts, help ensure that we stay connected with you.
I'm John Gilly, a canola farmer from Westlock and chair of the Alberta Canola Research Committee. Our committee works with our canola industry partners in Saskatchewan and Manitoba to fund research that provides solutions to the problems we face in the field, as well as finding new uses for canola oil and meal in the food and livestock markets. We work with our crop sector partners, wheat, pulses, barley, and oats, on agronomy research that looks to improve crop production on our farms. Alberta Canola's research and development investment was significantly greater in 2018 because several large industry-wide research efforts were renewed for the next 5 years. With a commitment of just over $1 million, Alberta Canola was integral to securing a 5-year National Science and Innovation Cluster for canola, valued at $20 million. This research will advance human and livestock nutrition for canola, sustainable crop production, efficient nutrient and water use, and integrated pest management. We're also working with Saskanola and the Canola Council of Canada to develop a federally funded agri-science project that will help farmers manage canola diseases. We'll be providing $500,000 towards this $5 million effort. These collaborations have given Alberta Canola the opportunity to invest in research projects in 2018.
I'm Andre Harp, farmer from Valhalla Centre in the Peace Region and chair of the Market Development and Public Engagement Committee. The goal of this committee is to promote canola as the ultimate local, healthy, and versatile oil. One way we do this is by sharing with consumers about the vital role that agriculture plays in their daily lives. Over the last year, we explored new ways to increase demand for canola oil by making connections with influencers. This included building relationships with food instructors and their students to highlight canola's culinary strengths, promoting curriculum-based resources to make it easier for teachers to talk about agriculture in their classroom, working with dietitians and other health professionals that talk with consumers every day to understand the healthy aspects of canola oil, and engaging the public about canola and agriculture at events like the Calgary Stampede. We worked with our canola partners in Saskatchewan and Manitoba to refocus our efforts to promote canola to Canadian consumers and work with national groups like Diabetes Canada, Dietitians of Canada, and Heart and Stroke Canada. Alberta Canola expanded our focus on digital teaching through partnerships with Nutrien's Journey 2050. With this online learning tool for students and our series of Chase Duffy graphic novels, we reach more classrooms than ever before. Our consumer website, learncanola.com, has undergone a major overhaul to better address questions posed from the public about canola, and I invite you to visit it.
I'm Kevin Surface. I farm in Southern Alberta near Turn, and I chair the Government and Industry Affairs Committee. This committee supports Alberta Canola's mandate to advise governments on all matters concerning the canola industry. Alberta Canola directors represent farmers on the boards of the Canola Council of Canada and the Canadian Canola Growers Association to provide input on national issues that impact your bottom line. We also work collaboratively with the Alberta Wheat, Alberta Barley, and Alberta Pulse Growers as Team Alberta to advance policy on behalf of Alberta's crop sector. Agriculture is a dynamic industry with many diverse issues. Some, like sustainability, are new and have been brought on by changing times and innovation, and others, like grain transportation, are long-standing issues that have affected farmers for decades. Understanding that policy development significantly impacts farmers, we focus our activities on three areas: government relations, government consultations, and industry affairs. Government relations engages our farm directors with policymakers. Through Team Alberta, we bring the farmer's voice to Parliament and the legislature. And we host receptions like Crops and Shops to showcase commodities and bring attention to shared issues. In 2018, we commented on the following government consultations: the Canadian Agriculture Partnership Agreement, the Competition Bureau's investigation of industry mergers, the federal tax changes for private companies and cash ticket deferrals, PMRA's reevaluation of neonic seed treatments, and the Business Risk Management Review. And lastly, industry affairs includes activities on farm safety, human resources, climate leadership, carbon offsets, and sustainability. Team Alberta launched farmsustainability.com, a readiness tool to help farmers take advantage of sustainability drivers in the marketplace. Alberta Canola works for you to affect government policy that will help improve your long-term profitability.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and learn a few of the things we do on your behalf. For complete details on how we work for you in all aspects of the canola industry, to find your local director, and to stay connected with us year-round, please visit our websites or connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And still to come, we find out about FarmLink staying the course in a high-stakes market. Do stay with us.
Ag Life, presented by ADM Lloydminster.
Well, geopolitical uncertainty has implications for the marketplace, so is it simply the math of supply and demand? Let's learn about the discipline of a balanced market outlook.
Movement's not quite where you want it to be, price is not quite where you want it to be.
So kind of take our global market research and turn it into a kitchen table conversation for our farm clients.
Jonathan Driedger is breaking down the numbers behind selling grain.
We have a team of people across Western Canada that basically take the information that we come out with in Winnipeg and apply that at the individual farm level.
FarmLink pitches in on the marketing side as farmers seek to sell their crops. Driedger says it's been a challenging winter with prices drifting in a sideways pattern.
The whole general climate, the geopolitical climate, the trade climate, it's just facing more uncertainty than ever has before, and so certainly that's one of the things that has definitely not helped. Has definitely acted as a headwind for grain markets in general. I think particularly in the case of canola, but also in pulses, but just a general, a bit of a malaise, if you will, from the overall trade sentiment.
Driedger turns to supply and export demand, which is critical to all the crops grown in Western Canada.
If there's uncertainty in the trade environment, if there's uncertainty about whether our customers are going to, maybe buy as much as we think they would, that has an impact on what the numbers will actually be. So, as much as you'd like to have it a sort of a mathematical, scientific formula, the truth is there's as much art as there is science, and particularly in an environment that's as foggy as the current one is.
Driedger advises producers to maintain good discipline from a marketing perspective.
In that context, we're trying to make sure that our farm clients are disciplined, taking advantage of selling opportunities when they come up locally, laser focus on your bottom line and your own farm's profitability and marketing needs.
Jonathan Driedger there with that FarmLink report, so keeping an eye on the marketplace. A number of events going on, and it's time once again we have a part 2 of our events calendar, so you can email me to get in on this part of the show, glampow@newcap.ca. Let's have a look. Well, that's going to be a wrap on this edition of Ag Life. We'd certainly love to hear from you with your comments, your story ideas and such there. So we're going to put up our contact information. You can email us, tvnews@newcap.ca. You can follow us on Facebook as well as on Twitter @PrimetimeLocal. Primetime Local News is also, PTL News is also our handle on Instagram, and of course our email, tvnews@newcap.ca, and my personal email to glampow@newcap.ca. And you can even send us a mail at 5026 50th Street, Lloydminster, Alberta, T9V 1P3. Yours in Ag, take care.